Okay. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Yeah, hi.
Yeah. So we have created this. Export this file successfully. When you record the script in here and just right click on this, or not right click, select it and go to File, Export Test Case, and choose Java JUnit 4 WebDriver, which is what we are going to work with. So then it will save the file as Java file, and when you open it, it will pretty much look like this. So it's not complicated, even though it's 3 lines only, right? We have just recorded only 3 lines in this. Launch the browser and click on a link and click on another link. That's it. However, it looks complicated, but it's not complicated, because if you want to even make it look like simple, you have to write your own code, that which we are going to see in a later class. But if you are going to use this, we have to understand this how it works. So first of all, it's trying to import the packages that are required here. So basic package which is needed is import. You have to import org.openqa.selenium and all the sub packages in it. So these 3 are very important, as these would drive our script. So, and another is Firefox driver, and another is Selenium support.ua.select, and remaining java.util, java.org.junit, and so these are essential packages which you need to import. And first of all, you have to mention package name that you are working on, that is example.test or whatever. So then it's basically creating a class called Selenium export, and it is creating a private drivers WebDriver which is required, and a base string for a base URL, that is another variable, and whatever is required. So then let us see where it's actually going to do the operations that we have done while recording. So it has created a Firefox driver. So that this explains that one. Driver is equal to, it's creating a new instance of driver, which is a new instance of Firefox driver, which is a driver, and base URL is set to this particular URL, whatever we are going to do automation on. So, and this is not required, because if you want to wait for this is normally required for the synchronization, waiting for some time in order to avoid the timeouts. So for example, if application is slow and your Selenium is fast, so in which case the timeout would occur, or the vice versa, application is faster, timeout is your application this thing is slow, the Selenium is slow because of your computer slowness. So in order to synchronize between both, you can just use timeout function for synchronizing. So basically it's waiting for 30 seconds, sorry. So then you are trying to get driver.get base URL normally launches that particular URL in the browser. So this one will do that one, and then it's trying to find element. So driver.find element. Find element is the method which takes a by class. By class has many many methods, one of which is link text. Basically what we are doing in the second operation, we are trying to click on that particular link called foundation. So simply it is taking a link text, wherever the link text called foundation is found, it's simply applying this method called click. So that's what the second operation is. This particular line is about the second operation. Then what it is doing, driver.find. Again, first of all, you have to find that particular element, whatever the element you are trying to operate on here. So these are all elements. These whatever the web page contains, all are considered to be web elements. Text or link or the web edit box, web button or drop downs, whatever we are going to deal with. So first and foremost, we have to find that element using the driver, the Firefox driver or Chrome driver you are using. So that's what we are doing. For the third operation, we are using the find element method. This time, instead of using the ID or link text. This is basically link text. What you see is what you get. So directly wherever the foundation link is found, it takes. But in the second one, we are trying to take the X path of that particular element. So since we are recording, we don't have to worry about X path generation. Okay. So automatically the Selenium driver has automatically captured the text path of that particular element, link or whatever, and applying this operation, click or send keys or select or something. So while writing our own code, we have to look for this X path ourselves by means of developer tools in the browser. So that's it. So before and test after are 3 stages in this particular. So basically it's repeating the before, test and after, which is a mandatory in this one. And that's it. So basically, yeah, so these are these 3 lines we have to do basically, and these are the segments of this Selenium before, test and after. So before moving, what we do is we will import these drivers here. So go to properties, project properties, go to Java build path, go to libraries, and go to add external jobs here. So wherever we have stored all these jar files, we have to go to that path. So let me go to the Selenium folder. So I have stored all these Selenium drivers at one place. Okay, so if you are dealing with the Chrome binaries, we have to import Chrome. So but first and foremost, we have to import the Selenium driver. So whatever we have downloaded yesterday, so this is the Selenium driver. So let me import this one. Okay, some of the errors are gone, if you see. So still some are there. So if you are playing with IE, then you need, okay, there are no IE drivers and Chrome driver. Okay, automatically the zip file is unzipped into the Chrome driver. Let's see. Okay, so still okay, so you can fix this problem by directly click on the fix project. It will create it will fix those by importing some necessary package. So these are the 3 necessary packages. So as soon as we imported the Selenium driver and we imported these packages, some of the errors are gone again, some more are there. So this we have imported and this we have imported. Okay, then we have to go to lib and import those. Alright, lib is present here. So these we have to import these also. Let me see.
I don't have this. I have this Selenium Java 2.2 4.0.
Not this one, right? 2.4, 2.2.
Yeah, I don't have.
Okay, I will send you. I will send you this.
No. Okay. You got it from same seleniumhq.org?
Yeah, but those are the previous version, not the current version. Yeah, even the current version did not import these ones. So let's see. So, however, okay, this is a basically it's a different problem. So, what we are going to do is, let me create a new project. Let's see if these errors will be gone. Okay, I'll give project name like test. So, I'll create new class here. Okay, I don't know why it shouldn't do this error right away. Let me delete this. So instead of using the default package, let me create another package. So let's call this or automation. Okay, so normally the class one starts with lowercase. Package name usually starts with a lowercase. Okay, so this is not discouraged using the capital letter. So we will correct that one later. Alright. However, that's not the error. Error is something related to setup itself. Let me correct this one first. Okay, build path. Okay, so when you create a new project, again you have to import all the jar files all over again. That's why we normally stick to the same project all the time. So what I'll do is I'll add it again. So these two files and the library files are essential in order to drive our scripts. So let's see, still the error is there. Implicit super constructor object is undefined for a default constructor must define explicit constructor. Why it is coming? Okay, still it says configure the build path. Okay, so let me try it in. some driver file is missing. That's for sure. Selenium driver file text. The Apache int is not required, but however we import text. Some essential jar file is missing. Okay, what I'll do is I'll import one of my old projects. Okay, so the old projects also show the error, so that means it's in the drivers. Okay, however we have to import the drivers again. So basically we have to import these drivers. We have already imported Selenium, srcs jar, and this jar, these two jar files, and we have to import these also. So the pretty much everything else comes from the lib folder. Let me delete these because these won't work because of the path is different and the path doesn't have any files. So if we just create a new Java project and create a class, it should at least should not show error. That means something is missing. Let's see this.
Sangam, what we can do is stay and other things and this you can check again and let me know.
Yeah, I think if we can't resolve this one, we cannot proceed right now. So let me see how can, yeah, this error is coming because it should be driver, some driver is missing. Okay, let me try one more.
So you need to install some because we are using Firefox.
Yeah, you can, Firefox is also same thing, so you need to add the Firefox jobs, or if you are trying to automation do the automation in the Chrome browser, you have to add the Chrome driver, which I did, which I have added for both, and not the IE driver though.
But you were doing on I think Firefox, right? And we didn't include Firefox driver, right?
Yeah, that's true. Firefox
We
driver.
included a Chrome driver.
Right. So Firefox driver we haven't downloaded. However, what I'm trying to do is I haven't even gone to that export using the exported test case here, right? I haven't imported. So whatever we exported here, I haven't copied over here. So I'm just simply trying to create a class and it's showing error. That is a setup issue, the Eclipse setup issue. So that's what I'm trying to resolve right now. Yeah. So this is a basic issue. It's somewhere in the setup is something is missing in the setup. So it's occurring in the your machine also, right, Prachi?
Oh yeah. Same
error, yeah. Even I have encountered initially.
Hello.
Yeah, even I encountered this setup in the beginning, so which I resolved. I don't remember exactly how did I resolve. Okay.
And tell me one thing, Sangam, like you are working on a project on Selenium. So are you using IDE at all, or you are only using web server? Because you are showing us first you recorded the program in IDE, then you exported it, and then copy pasted in Eclipse. So this is the way we work in projects.
Yes, because first of all you have to have IDE. You have to have IDE. Eclipse works as IDE, integrated development environment. Selenium is simply you need to download the driver. All Selenium drivers will do is they just drive your script. That is that the code you have written in the Eclipse. The code will be driven by the Selenium drivers. So you must use the IDE, Selenium Eclipse IDE. So there are no other option. However, if you want to try your code in here, first of all, the simple code should work in the Eclipse, right? So it is throwing error. Even if I create a simple class here, it is throwing this error. So that's why I'm trying to figure out why what we should do to avoid this.
No, I'm asking you that you are working in a project, right? On Selenium.
Yeah.
So, what is the approach you're following there? Like, you are writing the program from scratch, you're recording in IDE and exporting the program, and then copying, pasting in this WebDriver and using it. Like, you're doing it like that, or you're writing from scratch in Eclipse?
No. The reason I explained you record playback is you will get an idea. So this is just for the sake of knowing the recording. In the project, we don't use recording at all. This is not used at all. So simply I close this. So in the project, I will create the framework here. Framework in the sense default packages that I just imported it here, right? On the left side you see. So basically these folders, the packages will consist of different parts of the framework. For example, data, infrastructure, pages, and then your individual pages, whatever pages are in your application application test, the project will contain some pages, right, end to end. So those pages will be covered in the pages itself. And setup and test cases will go here. Manual test cases that you want to automate will go here, and utilities, for example, if you are playing with some kind of dates specific to your application project, so those dates you will create some functions related to those dates here. So basically all these some Java classes here. In this you will deal with each and every component of your project. For example, you have your project application as addresses, adoption data, benefit data, blah blah blah. These are related to my project. So you will create separate classes in which you will create separate methods in this. All you have to do is, once you create this data that is essential, then once everything is done, you will start creating the test cases. So in the test cases, what you do is you simply call the pages. The pages will call to these data and utilities or setup or infrastructure, blah blah blah. So I'll simply show you one simple test case how it looks like. Okay. So forget about the errors. Errors are because of the drivers. We have to import the drivers, then only it will show error free. So here what you have to do is you will simply create a class in which you will create a method. So I created a method called run test case, which will drive my test case, in which I am first of all initiating the variables which are coming from the data here, the data folder. So where I have already created some methods. So what I am trying to do is I am just trying to override those values with some value. I have created some getters and setters here. So if I want to use James, first name James and last name, date of birth, gender, whatever data I want to use, I can just pass this here. So that is according to your getters and setters that you have created in this these data related classes. So once this is done, data part is done, you will start navigate to each and every page, starting from the login page and all the way till the submission page, last page, according to your application. So pretty much this looks like this. Here you don't you don't click on a button or you enter something here. You don't do anything of that sort. You simply call that particular function by means of an instance that you already instantiated the class, and simply pass the data you want to use. So here I am passing some static data here, and furthermore if you want to pass the data dynamically, for example if you want to run a test case on different sets of data, 5 sets of data, so you can fetch this data from like Excel spreadsheet or CSV file which is stored in somewhere. So the same test case will be driven on different sets of data. So that is a later thing, which we haven't gone to that part yet.
Okay.
So that's how, that is the basic framework. That's how it works. So the data will be called in the pages will be called in the test cases, and the pages will have call to infrastructure, setup and utilities. So finally the pages will call all of these, and what you do is finally you run the test cases here. Or if you want to call these test cases in a step-by-step order in another master driver package, then you simply call them. Finally you will just run this master driver. So the idea is to just run that master driver, and automatically it will run one test case another after one after another, so blah blah blah. So if you have 50 test cases, they must be run one after another and produce the results. So all of this, creating data and storing the results, everything is taken care of in these packages, either in data or in the infrastructure or in the setup. So the storing results is also important. For example, your one test case fails, right? So what is the test step that is failing? You have to report it as a fail, and whatever for each line, if you are clicking, you are entering something, you have to report it as either pass or fail, so that you can keep track of the log. So how to do that? That part is taken care in the setup. So basically, I will explain this later. So first of all, let us resolve this simple. You know what I am saying, right? So this if you are able to create a simple class and just run print something out to the console using the system.out.println, So if it is working fine, then at least setup is done properly. So once setup is done, including addition of drivers, then we will be able to look at this whole framework and everything. So that's what I am trying to see here. Okay, still it is showing. Okay, Prachi, I think you have any questions? I will try to resolve this setup related error, and we will continue. Do you have any questions on the record and playback? Record and playback is simple, you have understood, right? Simply you click on here.
Yeah. Whatever like the resolution is, you can send me an mail so that I can try in the daytime tomorrow. And those library files and all which are extra, which require to be included, you can send me an mail. Or you can send me the path from where I can get those.
Yeah, so I think that is better path, because if I attach those jar files in the Gmail, it won't accept. It says it's some virus or something, right? So you cannot send the jar files in the email.
Okay.
So I'll send you the.
You can send me the path.
Yeah. So what we can do one thing, Prachi. You can share your system, and I'll try to get those downloaded, the jar files downloaded right now. So that you don't get any, you don't get confused later. So let us do that thing. Let us set up your system with the drivers and everything. So I am going to disconnect, and you can okay. Okay, why don't you disconnect and share your screen?
Okay. Yeah, hi.
Hello?
Yeah, hi.
Yeah, so go to the document that I sent you yesterday. We will go step by step.
Yeah, I opened it. I saw this Java folder. Where should I go? Okay. Yeah.
So first go to the step number 1. You have downloaded the GRE, right? Let us see. GRE is, yeah. So Java is different, GRE is different. You have to install Java SC GRE. So go to that.
I saw this Java folder.
Now that's fine, but
where should I go?
Click on that link that is mentioned in the file.
Okay.
Okay, now click on JDK download.
This Eclipse 64 was not working. So shall I am working on 32-bit. My machine is 64-bit, but the 64-bit Eclipse was not working.
Okay, now download the Windows 64-bit.
Okay.
Yeah, the last
64 was not working.
Okay, so your machine is 32-bit or 64-bit?
I am working on 32-bit. My machine is 64-bit, but the 64-bit Eclipse was not working.
Okay, so some people have faced that problem also. So let us try it again. If I encounter the same problem, we will install 32-bit.
Okay. It's taking 4 minutes 17 seconds. Eclipse 64-bit I have installed. I have already downloaded. Okay. It's taking 4 minutes 17 seconds.
Okay.
This one?
Okay, so meanwhile we'll go to the Eclipse also. We will download the appropriate Eclipse.
Here?
Can you go to
This one?
the document?
Eclipse 64-bit I have installed. I have already downloaded.
Yeah, so I want you to install the SR2 package.
Okay.
Helios, preferably. Luna is okay, but you can, but go for the SR2 package and not SR1.
This one?
Yeah.
Here? This one?
Yeah. Java. Windows 64 Java. No, not Java. Not double E, not Enterprise Edition. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, it's done. Sangam? it's downloaded. Okay, it's done.
It's done. Okay.
No, this is Selenium one. Okay.
Sangam?
Yeah. Okay. You have installed. You downloaded the Indigo.
Yeah, it's downloaded.
Okay. What about the Java GRE? Is it downloaded? Double click on that. No, the other one. Java. Not this one. The other one. JDK 8U25.
Sure, what should I do now?
Sure, what should I do now?